Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are looking for the process to reduce on your Windows 11 or 10 PC, so this video is for you. I will show you step by step how you can reduce the unwanted services from your Windows system. By disabling them, your system performance will be boosted as well as your system processes will be lower. So let me show you here my processes count here. I have almost 182 processes, but if we have more than 200 and 250 on that, so we can also reduce them to below 200, and even if we have 180, then we can also reduce them. Let me show you how to disable the unwanted services on our system one by one. Okay, so it's recommended to make the system restore on our system before applying these methods, guys. This one is for safe side. Just click on your operating system drive, click on create, and simply name it save to disable services. This is the restore name we are creating it. If you haven't created a system restore on your system, just configure it, enable it, and then you should able to do. If anything issues you face, even these services are safe to disable, so you can restore your system in a same date here and same time here. You can see how you can restore the system. Let me show you also before we can proceed the methods. You can see here, just select this option and click on next, click on finish, and your system will be restored to that day. If you haven't configured it, just click on configure, enable the service here, and click on apply, click on OK. Give at least 5% of your GB or 2%, click on OK, and do it simple. Now let's start the process, guys. Now open the services here simply and run it as admin, and click on yes one option when the prompt opens. The first service is connected user telemetry service. Press C on your keyboard. Press C until you get this option, connected user experience and telemetry service. This service is basically used for sending the diagnostic as well as the feedback data to the Microsoft. So there is no need to keep running this. We don't want to send the data to the Microsoft, so double click on it and setup type to disable, stop the service, apply, and click on OK. Now the second number service is to download maps manager. Press D on your keyboard and look for DO series. This option, downloaded maps manager. You can read more about the descriptions, so double click on it and simply disable the service, stop it, and we have successfully disabled it. Print spooler. If you don't use the printer on your system, so press P on your keyboard and simply disable it. You can see here print spooler. Make a double click on it, set to disable, stop service, apply, OK. We can later on enable this service as well, guys. Okay, so this is the third number service. Now let's move on to the fourth number service. Fourth number service is Windows biometric service. So press W on your keyboard and look for Windows biometric service. The service I have already disabled that. You need to disable it also and click on OK. Now service number fifth is Windows Insider service. Press W on your keyboard and look for Windows Insider service. So I don't join any insider service related. You can read more about it. Support for insider program. So I have to disable the service. I don't use it. Apply, click on OK. You can see it disabled. Now sixth number service is Windows Bluetooth service. If you don't use the Windows Bluetooth service on your system, so press B on your keyboard and look for Bluetooth support service. these three services. If you don't use the Bluetooth, if you use the Bluetooth, don't need to disable them. So I don't use the Bluetooth in my this system, so disable these three services here and leave it this service as a stop, these three services. Now seventh number service is Windows hotspot service. So I also don't use the Windows hotspot on my system, so press W on your keyboard and look for Windows hotspot service. Windows mobile hotspot, you can see here. Just double click on it and set it to disable. If it is running, stop it, apply OK. Eighth number service is fax services. Press F on your keyboard. I'll also disable the service if you don't use the fax services. So ninth number service is service propaganda. You can press C on your keyboard and look for this service certificate, this option, certificate propagation. Just disable it also. Disable, stop the service, click on apply, click on OK. 10th number service is OneDrive related. If you use the OneDrive on your system, then leave the system services as running, but if you don't use them, you can simply disable them. Find the OneDrive related services if you have and disable them. I don't have it, so let's move on to the service number 11th. 11th number service is Windows Update. So Windows Update runs in the background automatically. We can set them to the disabled, or even we can set them to manual. Whenever we want, we can enable the service. You can see here Windows Update. Just double click on it and simply select it manual. Stop the service. I can manually check for update here. So we have also disable the service also. Now 12th number service is BitLocker services. If you don't use the BitLocker service on your system, so simply select them and set them to disable, but make sure you don't use the BitLocker before blocking them. Stop the service. Thirteenth number service is Diagnostic data. Press D on your keyboard. You can even look my description box about the services which I have disabled. So diagnostic tracking service, I don't have it. So if you have it, you need to disable it. Now let's move on to disable 14th service, that is Netlogon. Netlogon is basically used in the domain environment, so you can disable it in a home network. Disable. 15th number service is Parental Control. This one, simply disable it also. Next service is TCP NetBIOS Helper. This is also for the domain system, so I have to disable it if it is running. Now next service is Windows Image Acquisition. This option, double click on it and simply disable the service. Stop it if it is running. Next service is Delivery Optimization. This service, Delivery Optimization, simply disable it also. Stop the service. Access is denied. Set automatic. Now we have disabled the service. Press D, display policy services. Double click and simply stop it. Stop the service and OK. Now next services are Xbox related services. If you use the Xbox gaming, so you can need to keep them running, but if you don't use them you can simply disable them like this. Stop the service, apply, OK. Xbox Live Auth Manager, apply, OK. Live game save, disable, apply, OK. Disable, apply. It is running, stop it, apply, OK. So we have successfully disabled almost more than 20 services. Now let's optimize the system as well. Type here advanced, view, advanced system and settings. Simply open it up and go to the advanced section, click on this option, and here need to select the custom. Okay, untick all the boxes here first of all. Okay, and let me guide you. You can leave these services like smooth edge of font screen, leave this enabled. Show thumbnail instead of icon, this will show the preview of any icons. And then inside our Windows animation in the taskbar, just enable these two services and click on apply, click on OK, and also go to advanced options. Then you need to select this, choose how allocate process resources, choose to the background services here, click on apply and also click on OK. Now okay, and also disable the startup apps here guys. This will also reduce the process count here. If these are enabled, simply disable them. I have already disabled them, but you need to only keep this security purpose, Windows Defender. Make sure you keep this enabled. Rest of them you can disable them simply like this. Okay, once you have done this setting guys, I'm pretty sure you have to restart the system and the processes will be reduces. Let me show you the after the restart. So you can see guys, the process count has reduced from the 182 to almost 145 round, and even it will reduce further also, and threads and handles also reduced. So I hope guys this video is really helpful for you. If yes, then hit like, subscribe and share. You can also join the membership. So thank you, thanks for watching.